Hey guys, it's Squall, and we have to deal with these two morons. But this is part 8 of Everlasting Summer. There were no more places to sit than stand. By all means, stand. He has such an annoying face. What's happening, gentlemen? I'm leaving. Every time I had to deal with them, I got an itching desire to tease them. Or at least to drop some cheeky or cocky banter. You mean stuff them into a locker? It might be too risky to behave that way, but the electronic brothers were my primary source of positive emotions. Blech. How are you doing? Fine, what about you? Hits and misses. Did something happen? Your face. Lots of stuff. Mind sharing? Nah, some other time maybe. The narrator doesn't feel like it. Suit yourself, suit your face. He made a helpless gesture. We're going to the ball after dinner. No one's gonna want to dance with you. Electronic giggled, like a little girl. I know that. Who would you want to ask out? Your mom. I hadn't thought about it yet. What about you? It seemed that this question caught him off guard. Ask Uliana, that would make her happy. No thanks. Electronic fiercely waved his hands. And you, Shurik, you gotta ask Elisa out. Yeah, so she can beat you up. Thanks, I'll pass. He looked calmer than his mate. Oh, come on guys, it'd be fun. And in any case, we've got things to do. We still have to finish the robot. I hope it turns on you and goes all Terminator on you too. Oh, that's a marvelous idea. Ask your robot out. Can it dance? It can't even walk yet. Shirk probably missed the point completely. He's an idiot. Why, it would be a great demonstration of our achievements in front of the camp. And what would we show them? Yeah, you're right. They both stared at their plates disappointedly. Dinner was over and the pioneers started to disperse. Oh, great. What will you wear for the ball? I asked Shirk and Electronic. We don't have anything special to wear. We'll go as we are. You look like idiots either way. He indicated his pioneer uniform. They don't seem to care about their appearance at all. Well, why should I care then? Wearing my winter clothes is an option, so I'll just go like this. When does it start? After 9 o'clock. Got it. I left the canteen and deeply inhaled the fresh evening air. I remembered those rare dances I used to go to at school. Hesitation, insecurity, even fear. I couldn't dance. I didn't know how to react if someone had invited me. I wouldn't dare to invite someone myself. All in all, I felt pretty uncomfortable about it. And it was even more unpleasant to watch others having fun. It wasn't envy. More like it was a disconcerting feeling that people were able to enjoy something so odd for me. I thought that there was still lots of time till the ball so I could sleep a little to be fresh in the evening. Entering the camp leader's cabin, I flopped onto the bed instantly and shut my eyes. Strangely enough, I got up right on time even without an alarm. The clock was showing 9. Such a rare thing to happen. I felt sluggish though. Probably it wasn't the best idea to sleep during the day after all. Well, I have to go. In a couple of minutes I was standing at the square. The loudspeakers and some DJ equipment were installed near the monument and the trees were decorated with light strings. Well, you must be hallucinating or something, 'cause I ain't seen nothing like that. A typical country ball. A lot of pioneers are around, but no familiar faces, so I just sat on a bench and waited. I don't have to dance after all. Maybe I'll be able to just sit and chat with someone. Hey there. You. Uliana. Here to suggest something? Come on, let's No. It's way too early. There's no music on. Speaking of which... No, yeah, I have it on. There isn't even... Okay, thank you. There's no music. Blah, you're so boring and you're so short. Yeah, I'm not the merriest person for such an event. She ran away. So Uliana did wear something like an evening dress. Pretty funny. Hi, Slavia. Hey. She sat down by my side. How's the evening? Fine. Why are you so sad? Because no one loves me. I'm not. Okay, well, dancing will surely cheer you up. Maybe. Don't forget to save one dance for me. She laughed and ran towards the music equipment. The situation was getting serious. I wouldn't be able to sit through the whole dance party. Hi. Lena came closer. Oh, hi. You're here too. I'm gonna have to decide between them, aren't I? Is that such a wonder? Yes. Okay. Gonna light this party up? The joke fell flat. Lena blushed and looked down. Well, maybe that's not the best idea, setting things on fire. Okay, then I guess I'll... Yeah. She left. It looks like the whole camp was at the square. The pioneers formed large groups, talked, joked around, and laughed. At the DJ's panel, Uliana argued loudly with Olga Dmitrievna about the playlist for the evening. Okay, that's better. And here it is. The music started to play. I didn't know the band or the song, but if you ask me, I really felt that I'd tag it Soviet pop classics. Hey, I'd listen to it. The pioneers just stood there for some time as if not hearing the music. It's always hard to take the first step, especially if you're pretty sure that you'll be the only one who would take it. Uliana seemed not to grasp that simple truth. She reached the center of the square with a few bounds and cried out loud, "What are you standing around for?" and started to wiggle ridiculously. Wiggle is the exact word. You couldn't find a better one. It looked so silly and funny that I couldn't resist laughing. She noticed it. "Hey, Semyon!" I pretended I couldn't hear her. "Stop pretending, come over here." I kept ignoring her. The pioneers slowly realized that they weren't too sexy for this party and started to dance. It looked really silly from my point of view. Shaking one's arms and legs to the beat of long forgotten hits. Come on, get real. How would you shake to this song? It's slow. Of course, I couldn't dance at all, but this thing couldn't be called a dance either. At least they're having fun, bro. Hey, Semyon, what are you sitting there for? Don't you want to dance? I was so deep in thoughts that I hadn't even noticed Slavia. Not really. Are you sure? She smiled. Maybe later. Damn, what am I even doing here? One more invitation to dance would completely ruin my pride. I started to think about an appropriate excuse to leave and was looking for the moment to do so, but then I saw Lena. She was slowly heading my way. Maybe we should go? Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, at a dance, if someone asks you to dance, it's considered rude to refuse, even if you can't. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Maybe we should go? Where to? I was so immersed in my thoughts that I didn't really get what she meant. To the infirmary. But if you want to stay here and dance... I doubt she was going to dance. Lena stood aside the whole evening. No, I'll pass. Let's go. At least I won't have to stand here like a shy nerd. Seriously, trying to conceal myself in the corner wasn't very pleasant. A bull in a china shop would be more agile than me on the dance floor. I didn't have the slightest intention of dancing in the first place. Well, shall we go to the infirmary? Lena brought me out from my thoughts. We'd been just standing near the canteen for some time. Yeah, sure, thank you. What for? She looked at me in surprise. Oh, for getting me out of there. I shouldn't have told her that dancing is not my thing. It's, so boring there. Seems to me you don't like dancing. There was not a trace of sarcasm on her truthful, even childlike face. Seems like she really doesn't understand. Yes, don't like it at all. I'm not into it. Me too. No one ever invites me to dance. Lena blushed and stared at the ground as usual. Strange. What's strange? Well, that no one ever invites you. You think so? Again, she looked at me with an expression of surprise and a lack of understanding. I got confused and couldn't find what to say in return right away. Yeah, certainly. If I liked dancing, I would have invited you for sure. Thanks. Ooh, creepy. We didn't say a word for the rest of the way. Lena obviously felt too confused by my awkward compliment, and I just didn't know what topic to choose for a conversation. It was completely dark by that time, and the gloomy building of the infirmary, covered in the night mist, looked strongly like a haunted house. I felt a strong desire to turn around and walk away without making any noise. I threw a quick glance at Lena and noticed that she looked like usual, shy, modest, uncertain, but not in any way scared. It just made me even more uncomfortable. It can't be that she is not scared while I... Suddenly an owl hooted nearby and I shivered. Lena seemed either to not hear it, not pay attention to it, or just not be scared by it at all. I hardly could believe the third option, but I didn't want to ask her about it, giving away my own fear. I entered the infirmary and found a switch in the dark. Will the nurse come later? She won't come. Okay, she won't come, understood. Wait a second, what do you mean she won't come? I see. It's not that I'm afraid to be alone with Lena. Indoors, at night, with no one around. She's not gonna do anything to you, she's harmless. Only in movies does something happen under such circumstances. It is just that I am with Lena and not with Uliana or Slavia. Huh? And it seriously changed my attitude towards things happening. There are the boxes. She pointed at the messy stack of boxes. There were about a dozen of them. It would take much more than 10 minutes of work. I put one of the boxes on the table before me and started to take out its contents. There were bandages, lots of little packs of bandages. Here, take this. Lena gave me a piece of paper. There were some fields and I quickly realized that I should put the name in the left, the description in the middle, if there is one, and the quantity in the right field. It's not a database, but it'll do. The work started in full swing. Semyon. What? I looked at Lena. She stared at me for a couple of moments, seemingly making up her mind to do or say something, but then lowered her gaze again. No, never mind. It was physically hard for me to just sit without saying a word. However, I didn't dare to speak first, not only because I couldn't think of a good topic for conversation, but that I was just feeling shy. This girl could easily be embarrassed by anything. Semyon? Yes? You are counting them all over again. Indeed, that I had started to take out and put into the database the bandages I had already counted. Oh, sorry. She didn't answer. Hey, where are you from? I mean, where did you come from? Meaning, where were you born? I mean, where do you live? Well, there's a town not far from here. Not far from here. Where is that? Somewhere? Looks like she doesn't want to talk about it. Were all these kids kidnapped or something? Is Lena hiding something too? It is explicable in the case of Olga Dmitrievna, but in Lena's case, it is absolutely not like her. Is it a secret? No? Just... So is it somewhere in the south too? I should have thought of something more original. Every single one of my sudden ideas turned out the wrong way, and this attempt to play spy worked out even worse. And I thought about south just because the only pioneer camp of the Soviet Union I remembered was Arctic. Yes. Lena hesitated to reply. I couldn't quite tell if she was lying or not. Don't you like it here? I wonder what part of what I said made her think so. Absolutely not. I like it here. My false friendliness sounded very insincere, grating on the ears. What about you? I like it. It's so calm here. There are lots of books in the library. And the people are nice. Nice, but not all of them. Why? Did I really say that last bit out loud? Turns out I did. Well, you know. Uliana, for example. She's like an energizer battery with a completely unbalanced point of power application. Battery? What? Maybe I really was sent back in time. You guys had batteries back then, right? Never mind. Or Elisa. The saying a pioneer is the kid's role model certainly doesn't describe her. If everyone started following her example, it would be a complete disaster for the country in 20 years or so. However, thinking about it now, you can draw the conclusion that everybody did follow the example of Elisa Vachevskaya. I will pronounce this name. Vachevskaya. Vachevskaya in the 80s, where I probably am right now. She's not like that, actually. Not like that? Not like what? Not like what you said about her. To begin with, I hadn't said anything. I just stated the fact that she is not the best example to follow. Well, maybe. Sounds like you know her well enough. Probably. I asked that question only to keep the conversation going and didn't expect an answer like that. Elisa and Lena were so different. The idea that they could be close was unbelievable for me. We came from the same town. As if she had foreseen my question. You have common friends, even though Elisa is 1 year older. Okay, it's a little bit strange. Oh, not like that, I'm just surprised. Everyone gets surprised. Lena smiled a bit. I took the second box. That? Activated charcoal. That again. Activated charcoal. Saline solution. Potassium permanganate. Oh my gosh. Lena always spoke in simple sentences. How can I communicate with her if every conversation turns into a monologue or just an awkward silence? I wasn't quite satisfied with such a state of things. Sometimes it looked like she's hiding something from behind her mask of shyness. But what? You know, I read a book not that long ago. Do you like science fiction? Not much. Damn, another failure. Well, if you don't like it, then what books do you like? Different kinds. The conversation wasn't going smoothly and I had to turn it off for the better. Who knows why, but I thought about the dance again. Feelings of uneasiness, discomfort, and even shame overwhelmed me once more. Looks like I am not that different from Lena when it comes to such things. I am shy and afraid of things I don't understand or can't do. I should probably overcome my own fears before anything else, and this will help me to understand her better. I've made up my mind. There are only a couple boxes left. Yes? Hey, I've got an idea. How about we go to the canteen afterwards? I think the tape recorder was taken back there. What is it doing in the canteen? I hesitated. What for? Her sincere look made it clear that she hadn't the slightest idea what I'm going to offer. Well, frankly speaking, I just don't know how to dance. That's why I don't like it. That's the reason I was so confused back there. Maybe I could thank you by dancing with you. But She stopped sorting out the medicine for a moment, blushed, and looked right into my eyes. I got a bit stubborn. It really was a stupid idea. It's okay if you don't want to. I don't insist. What if someone sees us? I certainly didn't think about that. It's not a big deal, but everybody is asleep already, and no one is going to the canteen at night. How will we get in there? I should have thought about it beforehand. Well, I did have Slavia's keys, but didn't want to mention them. Someone could get the wrong idea about me stealing them. That moment I regretted that I still didn't get my cell phone from the leader's cabin. Olga Dmitrievna talked my head off and then I forgot it. Anyway, I had to say something to get away from this awkward topic. What kind of music do you like? Different kinds. I'm not really into it. Then let's imagine that it's playing right now. I mean that we hear it playing. How's that? Like it plays in your head. I still remember the melody the pioneers were dancing to. The music and words were really clear in my memory. I'm not sure I can do it. You can just try. Probably. I've got her consent. In Lena's case, even that probably can be considered yes. We silently sorted medical supplies for the rest of the time, writing down their names and quantities. I should pay more attention to every word I say after such luck. I stayed silent most of the time though. Soon we finished the last box. I gave Lena the filled-in list and started to stare at her like I saw riding a unicycle while juggling piglets. It was amazing, frightening, and above all mesmerizing. She suddenly broke out laughing. I don't think I've ever seen that girl smile. What? That look of yours. What about it? It's just funny. Really? Yes, so where are we going to go? Where? Her last words unsettled me. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Frankly speaking, I had completely left this world for a moment. Well, you know, to dance. Lena blushed right away and her face took a strange expression of shyness, uneasiness, and fear. Yes, sorry, I was just lost in thought. Let's go to the pier. I don't know why I chose that place. Maybe because you could run into a pioneer at the square in the residential area or near the canteen, but not on the pier. That's what I thought, at least. Or maybe because of the large bright moon reflecting on the water in the night. And it's a full moon today. I don't know how, but this solution just offered itself. If you don't like it, then we can... No, that's a really nice place. Lena locked the door and we made our way to the pier. Night fell on the sleeping camp. Should we follow the road? Why? It'll be faster through the forest. There's a nice path there. It's dark there. Are you afraid? Not really. If you want to, okay. But can I? Huh. Without finishing, she grabbed onto my arm. Is it okay with you? It really bothers me that he has no eyes. Now it was my turn to blush. Of course. We walked through the forest. It was hardly a forest though, more like a small grove between the camp and the pier. About 100 meters long. I would never think that there would be anything to be afraid of even on my own. But it just seemed like Lena's fear was contagious. The branches swayed over us. I shuddered and Lena clung to my arm even more strongly. Don't be afraid, it must be a squirrel. Oh, that is one big ass squirrel that made that noise. Yeah. We reached the pier. The night was really beautiful. I walked closer to the river and called Lena. Look! The pier, the boathouse, and the moon were reflecting in the water. It looked like another world, with the surface of the water being the door to Wonderland. You could just jump and find yourself on the other side. May I have this dance? I extended my hand to her and bowed clumsily. Lena hesitated. I must have overdid it with my mannerism. There's nothing to fear, I'm no good at it either. Why either? She never said she couldn't dance. Well, it was kind of obvious. Okay. Lena gave me her hand. I led her a bit aside and gently put my arms around her waist. We just stood like that for a few moments. And what next? Well, I don't know. Do you remember that song? Barely. But I remember. Great, let's waltz like in the movies. How's that? Instead of answering her, I carefully started to move in a circle with Lena. See, not that hard at all. Yeah. We waltzed for several minutes. Or whatever you could call it. I felt her warmth, though we were not that close to each other. Her chest heaved heavily and her face started to blush more and more. Lena didn't look at me, averting her eyes from one side to another. I suddenly realized that I had never felt anything like this before. It was tenderness overtaking reality, as if I found myself in another better world. I realized that I didn't want to let this girl go and that I would give up anything just to go on waltzing with her forever. I clasped Lena tighter and only then did she look straight at me. There was surprise and confusion in her gaze, but no fear whatsoever. She wasn't afraid of me and didn't push me away. And you said you couldn't dance. I really can't. I was confused. I didn't expect that reaction from her. Where has her confusion, shyness, and fear disappeared to? You two dance pretty well. I know. A playful smile crossed her face. Or maybe it just seemed so to me. No, I swear I saw it. How is that possible? The image of shy and modest Lena didn't fit together with this moment at all. What should I say? What should I do next? I could only keep on waltzing with her in this dance, which was getting stranger with every passing minute. Semyon! Semyon! Where are you? The voice came from the edge of the forest. Damn, worst timing ever! Semyon! It was Olga Dmitrievna. She must have been worrying because I should have been back a long time ago. I should have guessed that tireless camp leader would start searching for a lost pioneer. I should have warned her beforehand. Oh, there's no point in thinking about it now. Lena looked at me questioningly. Being seen together would not be the best thing. Why? Let's go and tell her that everything's alright. No, let's hide and return to the camp later. Her idea was strange. Everything was going so well. At least something was starting to work out, or seem like it did. But what was that something? Okay then. I decided not to argue. It wasn't appropriate in such a situation. Olga Dmitrievna shouted for a while and left. Let's go. Yes. Lena didn't grab onto my arm on the way back. I was a little bit frustrated, but wasn't certain enough to take the first step. We kept silent again, was not typical of Lena to start a conversation, and I just didn't know what to say after everything that happened at the pier. She kept looking at the ground all the way back, keeping her usual expression. What a bizarre change. Or to be more precise, what was bizarre was that smile on the pier and Lena's words. She stopped at the square. Well, I have to go. Okay. Thank you for today. Yeah. Lena turned around and headed to her cabin, and I kept standing where I was. The hell was that? A dance, that sudden change in the mood, and then everything was back to normal. It was like I was embracing another Lena in that short moment. That's right, she wasn't herself, she was a completely different person. Maybe I don't know her well enough. I had a feeling before that Lena hides something under that mask of shyness. It takes much longer than 2 days to understand someone. Damn, what should I do? Maybe I was just seeing things. I walked to the leader's cabin. The whole camp was sleeping, so there was no one to see me. So what? What's wrong with a pioneer taking a walk at night? You're about to find out. When I was almost at the door, I heard a noise behind me. The branches of the bush near the trees rustled as if someone moved there. There shouldn't be any wild animals around here. Someone must have been watching me. The very moment I rushed in the direction of the noise, forced myself through the bushes and looked around. It was too dark and I didn't see anything or anyone. There was no point in going on. Even if someone was watching me, he must have been gone already. I went back to the cabin. The light inside was on. Looks like she's still awake. Hi. Semyon, where have you been? What do you mean where? Me and Lena have been sorting medical supplies in the infirmary. I told you before that I would do that in the evening. Really? When was that? Took you long enough. I was in the infirmary about half an hour ago. It was closed and the lights were off. Well, we decided to have a little walk. I'm fretting about you while you're out having a walk. Well, sorry. I'll let you know beforehand next time. Please do. Go to bed, it's late. I can't help agreeing with her. It was by any measure a hard day. I was too tired to think about the evening's events, and I doubt I would have any decent thoughts. The main thing is that I have not a single idea how to react to all of this. To Lena, to the camp, to this whole world. I practically haven't spent even a minute looking for answers. More, I've been avoiding it as if the possible discovery scared me. And Lena, the time I spent with her was much more important than all of my attempts to return to the real world. I could worry myself for a long time trying to understand what I did wrong and what I didn't do at all, but exhaustion overcame me. I woke up with a hellish ringing inside my head. The ringing seemed to be coming from the depths of my consciousness. Dude, that was frightening. But after I came to my senses, I realized that the cause of this ringing is my alarm clock. Strange, where did it come from? Why is it standing near my bed? Well, I guess we're gonna have to find out in part 9, because I'm gonna leave it here. And I'll see you guys next time. So until next time, thank you. This time